Hello everyone, so we're back at the castle. I've been sorting through stuff, doing some crafting and such, preparing for our journey over to Nuka World. And I've discovered something that I wanted to share with you all because I think it's quite useful. Probably an oversight in Horizon, probably something that Zawinul did not intend or did not realize, or maybe he did, I don't know. But I found what is probably, I would say, the most overpowered energy weapon in the game in terms of ammo efficiency. Maybe, well, certainly more efficient than the plasma rifle. But anyway, let me show you what it is and why I think it's so good. So, it's the Vice Gauze Rifle, and the reason for that is quite simply because of the conversion rate. If you look at the ammo used for it, it uses Vice Gauze rounds, which are a special round. Which, by the way, the Vice Gauze Rifle, even though it does half energy and half ballistic damage, it is considered to be an energy weapon, just like the Plasma Rifle is, so it does half and half damage, which is a bad thing because it does, less than a pure energy or a pure ballistic damage weapon does. Of course, when you're splitting the damage in half, you get more effect of the damage resist on it, so it's going to do less, but trust me when I say it makes up for that. So if we go into our ammo here, I'm going to pick up some fusion cells so I can show this to you. And also, I need some aluminum. I can't find the recipe to convert this ammo type over. I'm not sure where it's at. But I'm going to go ahead and dump these off in here. I need some aluminum scrap, and I'm not sure of a great place to find that. I think maybe missiles have aluminum scrap in them, yeah. So if I scrapped some missiles that I have in there, I can grab those. There certainly is some other... Okay, there's aluminum right here. Yeah, there we go. I do have plenty of aluminum in here. I just don't know where it's all tied up into in these various scrap pieces, I could take everything out, I guess, and scrap it all, and that would probably give me the base materials, which I might do at some point. I'm just afraid it's going to crash the game if I do that, because it's so much, I shouldn't need this much anyway, but anyway, here's the thing. A Vice Gauze Rifle, I don't have one crafted yet, but it does about 80 damage, a little bit more than 80 damage per shot. Okay, it's like 86 damage per shot when maxed out. That's half energy, half ballistic. But the thing is, what makes it really, really strong is the fact that you can convert... I gotta use these two, by the way. You can convert your fusion cells over at a 1-to-1 rate. So, if we look in our field kit here, I've not found a way to do this anywhere else, by the way. I've not seen how to do this anywhere else in the workbench. I don't know if this is an oversight. I think maybe Zawinul forgot this conversion was in here. Because if you look, we're using 10 standard fusion cells and 1 aluminum, which aluminum is pretty inconsequential, really. We don't really use it for a whole lot. In fact, I'm pretty sure I have a lot of aluminum just kind of laying around somewhere in my workbench. I just don't know what form it's in, but I'm pretty sure we have in the 500 to 1,000 plus of aluminum just laying around in there. And this produces 10 Vice cartridges. Let me go ahead and just do 10 of these. And that'll be 100 cartridges there from our fusion cells. Now, we're going to be making a Vice Gauze Rifle here. Maybe. There we go. I have plenty of stuff to do this. It's under Energy Weapons High Powered. You're making one of these. And of course, we're going to be going with a crit-based build. This is a semi-auto only weapon, so going for crit damage with the Energy Weapons base skills and the energy weapon specialization is ideal because we're going to have very high crit chance and very high crit damage. So that's the smartest thing we can do. We're going to go for maximum damage and everything else on this thing. I have 41 of these that I've accumulated over all of my time in Far Harbor, which means that I can make one of these fully, and then if I get 9 more, I'll have enough for one more maxed out perfect endgame weapon, which I'm sure I'll get some more in Nuka World. I think I got like 20 or 25 total in my time in Far Harbor, so I'm sure we'll find some more. No, though, like, it won't really matter that much when we're done. Once we're done with Nuka World, we just like finish the game and we're pretty much done with this playthrough. But you know, still stands that we could make more. Sorry, this takes a bit to get all the way up to 25%. It'd be nice if there was like a use all grade 8 or grade whatever possible or whatever, something like that. So we get 270 calibration points. That's a lot. We are going to make this into a vatsing machine. It's going to be very, very good for VATS. It might not be great in terms of the AP usage, but we're going to help that along a little bit with the focus and sighted aiming, the reducing weight here. That should help somewhat. It still probably won't be great, but still. And then the last thing, I don't think the recoil is that bad on it as it is, so... Plus it's a semi-auto weapon, so I don't really care about the recoil as much. You know, we can't even make it into an auto if we wanted to. So, I think probably just boost the range up to make sure we're always getting maximum damage on it, even when we're shooting from a far ways away. And that's everything, so we've used up all our points. Okay, we're good. There it is. Almost leveled from that, gosh. Okay, and also I took out this Bloodletter, which is a item we got in Far Harbor. I can no longer use the Adam's Judgment, unfortunately, because I'm not in power armor and it requires like 8 strength. The Adam's Judgment is a bit better than this, by the way. Like, it does do more base damage. It just has better stats, and let's be realistic, it just looks a lot cooler too. But you know, this thing's fine. It does good damage. It doesn't require high strength. I can use it. I can deal with it. So here is our base Vice Gauze Rifle. And as you will notice, it's doing 50 base damage. Okay, 50 base damage before any modifications at all. That's a lot more than this thing did. Now we have the MX on that right now. But yeah, like if you look at this thing, right, when it's maxed out, it's doing 48 damage, but it's way less than that. So I'm going to go ahead and max this thing out, make it as good as I possibly can. We're going to be going with... So I thought about, there's a couple things we can do here. We can do either the critical hit damage or the VATS cost. The negative 20% VATS cost is actually pretty freaking big. Like, that's actually kind of big. I mean, 20% could mean that we just get a lot more use out of it. I don't know, I'd have to go into VATS and check to see what kind of, like, what we're getting in terms of how many VATS, how many shots we can get per VATS, you know? I think that's worth it, though, because we're going with the Grim Reaper Sprint type build with this, right? The 10% critical hit damage is nice, but we're probably going to be one-shotting most things anyway with this, with a headshot anyway. So I think that the 20% VATS cost for a VATS-based weapon, if you go on that route, in this case, I do think it's worth it. So we are going to, whoops, go ahead and bump this up to the max that we can. And there we go, 43 and 43. So we're at 86 damage on this thing. Does not have a muzzle slot. We're going to go with sound suppression so that it has, it's silenced basically. So it's a sneak attack weapon, right? You could make it shoot faster as well. And this is a viable option, right? Like, you could have it be even less VATS cost, so it'd be negative 30% VATS cost. Maybe I'll go with, I don't know. That's actually kind of tempting. Shooting it faster and less VATS cost versus it being a stealth weapon, and we're going to get sneak attacks off more easily. I'll go with this for now, and we'll see how the VATS is on it. Now, because we don't want this to be a sniper weapon, right? We don't want it to be a sniper weapon, even though it has the range to be a sniper weapon with no issues. Once we have it bumped up through the weapon crafting system. We want this to be a reflex sight-based weapon so that we can use it in close quarters, and also because we want to be able to benefit from the cyborg perk to get increased crit damage and chance, right? For this, we're going to be going with crit damage. The base damage is not that great. This one's actually okay. This might actually be alright, like adding piercing energy damage that bypasses armor. It's okay. I might consider this, but I don't have a microcharger, so we can't do it. What I'm going to actually do is steal my critical damage thing from this and swap it onto this thing for now. And there we go, that should be it. We're going to turn this on to make sure we don't accidentally scrap it. Make this into that. Yeah, because it's an energy weapon. There we go. And you can make Vice MX cartridges as well. They have 30 extra piercing energy damage. I don't know if it's a very good use of it, to be honest. It probably does help a lot. I mean, I don't know how you make the Vice. Let me see. This would be under energy, I believe. Or is it under... See, I'm not even sure how you make them. Yeah, so, okay, so we can make 2 mil Vice. You can make 20 of these. Is this roughly the same cost as 20 fusion cells? I mean, it should be, right? If we're going by that. And by the way, yes, I have plenty of aluminum. I have 3,000 plus aluminum. I could just make a whole bunch of these if I wanted to. Let's see. So, 76 energy cells. It's considered ballistic, but it does use energy weapon skill. So 76 versus 72. So it's very, very similar. Only real difference is that this uses... I mean, if you wanted to, really... Like, if you really wanted to, you could make fusion cells and just convert them over, right? That'd be totally fine as well. If I wanted to make the Vice MX, though... Not even sure where you make those at. Or how you convert them, or where it's, like, how do you even do that? Ah, here we go. So yes, you would use up quite a bit of, well, but you get a lot of them for that. You get 30 Vice MX rounds for 4 tungsten carbide. That's actually pretty good. That's really not that bad. And otherwise, the conversion rate is very manageable. Copper and crystals is whatever. So really, it's not too bad. Okay, I will think about doing some of those, but for now, we're going to leave it as is. I want to test this thing and see how it actually works in practice before I really go too nuts on it. So anyway, go back into here. So we have the... Here it is. We have this on there. Everything is maxed out as good as we can. Yeah, I wanted to make sure I had this on here. Now, probably wondering, okay, but what kind of magazine capacity does it have, right? Can you use it without being in power armor? Does it require strength? All that kind of stuff. Well, it has a magazine capacity of 30. I'm going to save right now. Do a little bit of a firing test here. I mean, it shoots pretty fast, guys. Like, it's probably about as fast as my plasma rifle. I might get rid of that just because that's going to be annoying. I don't know. We'll see. It shoots almost as fast as my plasma rifle when it's in semi-auto mode. It does about the same damage, too. But it does not have that long-ass... You don't have to... there's no projectile time, right? It's instantaneous. When I shoot... You know, when I shoot this thing... If I zoom out here...
Hey, there's a time and a place for that, and
you can see
here.
There still is travel time on that. I'm gonna take off my armor just so this doesn't bug me. Where is my chest piece? There we go. Okay, and then let's put this thing on. This thing, there's no travel time. Right, this is instant. It does the same damage as my plasma rifle. The only downside, I guess, if you can call it a downside, would be that it doesn't have an automatic mode. It does benefit from energy weapon stuff, so if I go into here and look at the field kit, and if I ask my field kit in the skills menu, what skills does my current weapon use? It's energy weapons. Okay. And if we look at on the training and skills, and can I look at this? I don't know if I can look at it without seeing it. Well, I'm not sure. It doesn't say, but I mean, I have to assume this is considered to be an energy weapon, and it uses all the energy weapon perks, right? I'm gonna reload. I don't want to waste my ammo. Oh, please. Don't crash, game. Okay, we're good. So often if I have to reload, it crashes the game. Okay, so anyway. Yeah, this thing is pretty amazing. And I'll be probably converting all of my fusion cells into this ammo from now on, going forward. I see no reason not to. And I could just craft fusion cells and put them into this thing. I mean, honestly, it's that good. If we compare it to effectiveness of, like if we go into weapons and ammo here, if we compare it to the effectiveness of crafting that versus crafting, plasma cartridges, right? So it's about the same. You're just not using any smokeless powder, which it is nice to use up the smokeless powder. Don't get me wrong, it's nice to use it up. But you could easily go with, like, I don't know, say for example a handmade, or use a light machine gun if you don't want to be overpowered, because the handmade is kind of broken, the stats in it are broken, and Zawano refuses to patch it properly because the base stats in the gun are so brokenly screwed up because of what Bethesda did with it. But yeah, if you want to be ethical, like use a custom rifle or use a light machine gun, either one's fine. And you could go dual spec and do both energy weapons, and then, you know, use all of your energy cells to make fusion cells / Vice MX cells, and then make all of your smokeless powder instead into like light machine gun ammo, like 7.62 ammo, for example. That would be totally fine. That'd be very, very doable. You'd be able to use up both of your powder and your energy cells that way. But yeah, I'm keeping this thing. It's good. I mean, assuming it's... I can't see any reason why it wouldn't be good. does enough damage that we're going to be killing stuff pretty easy. Now, make sure I've dumped off everything here that I can. I don't need to have this many of those. I think we're good with all this. Can I use the missile launcher outside of power armor? Because there's no reason to have it if I can't use it outside of power armor. Nope. No fun allowed. That's fine. We'll put it away for now. So yeah, in any case, I'm going to store my fusion cells here too. I don't need those. And this stuff as well. Or sorry, not fusion cells. I don't have any heavy fusion cells, so yeah, never mind. We're good. So yeah, I'll just convert all my fusion cells over to this, and we'll use it in that thing. This is like pretty much everything I want. It's like maximum damage, it's maximum efficiency. Am I really that low on the 4570? No, we have plenty of those. Okay, I'm going to take those. I'll take my 50 cal rounds, take my 308 rounds, and the API rounds. We'll take... You used to be able to convert these over. You no longer can, I don't think. Unfortunately. But these are like... It really, like, this shouldn't even be called 2 mil rounds anymore. Like, it's because they're so different. Right, like the base Gauss rifle in the game and the handmade Gauss rifle, those are sniper weapons. They are made for sniping. They have higher base damage, and it costs a lot more to make 2 mil rounds, right? It costs more energy per craft, and you get 10 instead of getting 20 per craft. So like it's significantly more expensive. Difference between like crafting 50 caliber ammo versus crafting, like, I don't know, 45 ammo or similar, or like, you know, 5.56 ammo, something like that. I could convert these ECC cells over as well to fusion cells. I might do that and then convert the fusion cells over to MX cells and just use it like that. Why don't we do that? Yeah, so we're gonna get 10 fusion cells for every 30 ECC. Yeah, so we're getting a whole bunch of easy fusion cells from this. I'd love to use these in a Gatling laser, but it's just not very good, guys. It's just not very good. And then we go into our field. Oh, I dropped off my stuff, though. That's the wrong thing. That's also not what I want. I want to go into here and get some aluminum out. I'm not sure what all my aluminum is wrapped up in. It's got to be something in here that gives me a lot of aluminum per... And I'm not seeing it. But you saw I had like, what, 3,000 plus aluminum? I'm just not sure how to access it easily in here. I have to like take it out and have this in my inventory to actually do this, which is really annoying. I wish there was like a component view here. I could... It's really tempting to just scrap everything. Yeah, see, I've got all these freaking items in my inventory. I've got so many of these things that are aluminum. I pulled them all out. I'm gonna scrap them right now so that I can see my aluminum more easily. If I was more brave, I'd pull everything out and do this, but then I'd have to go through all of my stuff, and it would take me like half an hour. Plus, it might crash the game, I don't know. Now I should be able to look over in my junk and see a whole bunch of aluminum, right? Yeah, 947. Okay, yeah, we're good. Can make a whole bunch of this ammo. Then we go to field kit, and we should be able to do all of our fusion cells that we just made. We're going to do utility crafting, convert to 2mm vise. And we can still do more. No, we can't. We did them all. Okay, we're good. That was all of them. So now we have... Did I reload before I made that? I think I did. No, I did. Never mind. I was going to be really mad if I did. We bind this to something. Put it on 4. That should be fine. Actually, we'll do this on 3. And you can be 4 lever action, and you're going to be 1. There we go. Oh, yeah. We got a lot of ammo for it. Great. Super. And this thing we have, like, 3,500 ammo for. Plenty of ammo for this thing. Okay, my furnace is running, or rather my AC is running. I'm going to take a quick break and BRB. Alright guys, so I have done a bit of brainstorming, thinking, and a lot of research and such in the in-between time when basically I was putzing around in my settlement for the entirety of while my AC was running. And here's what I found out.
Ain't looking for trouble, I hope.
So, one of my goals is to create a settlement that has a lot of surplus power production. And the way that you would normally go about doing this is by creating under architect here, you'd want to go into, I think it's industrial park, and then under construction and power production, you can put down these power surplus converters. The big thing these cost, the main drawback of them, is going to be circuitry, advanced circuitry probably early on, and I would say the biggest cost late game is the mixed alloy scraps, because those, I mean, you're not going to have enough to make a whole bunch of these, right? And this is only +1 power surplus conversion. So in addition to making this, you'd have to also create 50 surplus power in your settlement somewhere. So I'd have to make this, plus I'd have to hook it up to a generator which produces 50 power. Which, you know, I mean, we look at generators here. If I want 50 power minimum, I'd be looking at, you know, say something like this. I could connect 2 of these to one of these, right? I could connect 2 of those to one of these. So for the cost of 90 nickel material, 90 basic circuitry, everything else you see here, plus 200 alloy scrap, which is very costly, and everything else, you know, you're looking at getting 2 measly surplus power production. And that's going to convert into, I think, 10 energy cells per day. It's not very much, right? It's just, it's not, in terms of like, if we're trying to create sustainable free power in order to convert that into ammunition, like free ammunition basically, it's not a lot. However, there is a better solution. And it exists in a place you might not expect. And that's under leasing in Horizon, if I can find it. Yeah, here we go, leasing. So under leasing, you have leased utilities. You can make chemical factories, you can make tech factories. These pretty much work the same as you'd expect for like your arc furnaces, your arc reactors, stuff like that, where you would use those to convert your mined minerals into usable stuff, you know? You turn your mined ores into actual usable materials. There's also a power conversion facility here. Now, this is really curious. So, it requires 800 mixed alloy scraps, which the power surplus conversion to mixed alloy scrap rating, the rating is 200 mixed alloy scraps to 1 power surplus conversion on the other thing, right? If I was making the other version of this, the other way we can convert power into power surplus is through that. And it's also a 200 mixed alloy scrap to 1 power surplus conversion. So it's equal on that, okay? It also does not require any power to function. As far as I can tell, it does not require any power to function. Additionally, it gives you plus 100 additional power. And that's power you can just use for your settlement. As far as I know. Unless I'm missing something here. And this might be the way to go, because the other materials, at this point in our playthrough, you know, the copper is kind of a pain, but I can get more copper by scrapping certain things. And the alloy scraps are a pain, right? And the nuclear material is a pain, but I mean, like, we have enough of these to get going for a bit of these, you know, to get a decent amount of production going with this. So, I'd like to, number one, convert a bunch of stuff into mixed alloy scraps so I can make maybe 10 of these or so. I want to make sure that it actually works in the production, because I should be able to look into passive production here. So got a production management here, and passive is under here. Yeah, power units. So I should be able to see passive power unit production per day. I should be able to see this increase whenever I put one of these down. If I don't see this increase, if I put one down and it stays the same, if it stays at 4, then I'll know that this requires additional power to be put into it. That's my question that I need answered. Shut up, Dance. Shut up. You freaking zealot, shut up.
I'll be there to help.
Oh my god, Dance, just shut up. I'm trying to talk to people. My god, this is why I don't take you anywhere. Okay, so, with that in mind, let's see if we can make some more mixed alloy scraps, number one. That's going to be under Tech and Workshop. You can do it right here by converting common tools and various low-grade alloys into 50 each. So I don't really have any use for my low-grade alloys anymore, and I don't need the common tools that badly, and I can always make more common tools too. So I'm going to go ahead and do some of these. So we have a whole bunch of this. That should be quite a bit. Let me check. How much alloy scrap was that? Okay, 5,000, cool. I mean, we can't really do more than 10 of these anyway because of the copper requirements and other requirements, right? So that's fine. I'll go with that for now. The mixed alloy scrap is what's holding us back on this, though, on making them for sure. I can always put down another tech bench somewhere else and do this. So I want to go somewhere where we have room to build a bunch of these things, because they are big. We don't want them here, obviously. So if we're not going to have them here, the place where I thought about doing it is a place where I just acquired recently. And it's Spectacle Island. It's huge, right? Plenty of space. We're not using it for anything. And I have no real need to use it for anything. It's totally self-sustaining. Have we gotten any new settlers here since I last? Yeah, we got some new people here, that's good. I can make a couple of water purification things, that's fine. But yeah, we're not using it for anything. Did I do seawater production here? Look, folks. Mirelurks. Trying to make sure I don't have a misfire here and kill one of my settlers again, you know? That was kind of embarrassing.
I don't think we've met.
I don't care if we've met, go away. Just leave me alone. Leave me alone, I'm trying to do things. God, just leave me alone, people. I'm a genius, don't you understand? I don't want to talk to you. Yeah, we can't do salt water. It doesn't matter. It's inconsequential. I need water. Water pumps, yes. There, 20 water. That's all we need. We're good. Why are you floating? Go away. Okay. So we have this nice big area here, don't we? Lots of space, lots of room. What if we made a large boardwalk type area? My AC is going again, and I'm just going to say screw it and let it go. I'm just going to record during it because, yeah, I keep forgetting to... It's whatever. It is what it is. Yeah, so if we did these... It wouldn't look right to place these on top of the other things, though, would it? Like, if I put this onto there and then went into leasing... Like, this should be on... This is not going to work right. Yeah, it's got to be on... Ideally flat land, to be honest, but, I mean, it is what it is. Starlight Drive-In would be great for this, actually. We can make this work, though. We just have to kind of, I don't know, put a bunch of these around, I guess. Just thinking about where I can put these, where it's gonna be... It's not gonna look like I just literally shove some buildings into the ground. Make it a little bit more immersive than that, you know? Maybe the backside over here. The bad part of these is that they require, no they don't. They don't require vendor upkeep. Okay, so we're at 4 right now. If I put one of these down... That was actually 214 mixed ally scraps, not 200, but whatever. Let's not split ends here. Let's not split hairs, right? It's still worth it, probably. Need a tech bench. I need to know if this is actually more efficient than crafting or than placing generators and power conversion units, because if it's not more efficient, there's like no point. If I have to add power into it, there's not really much point. However, if they supply their own power for the power conversion rating, for the power surplus conversion, if they're supplying their own, then they are very, very efficient. Do I have it? Yeah, I do. Okay, so I need a, I need a resource station. Get production management, and we want to look at passive production. Do I go from 4 to 8? No. Damn it. So... Hold on. Let's not give up yet. Can I, Force settlement refresh, yeah. Let's see if we go from 4 to 8 now. Maybe it just has to refresh. I'm waiting. I have a lot of settlements. It's okay. Horizon has to do a lot of things here. Doesn't say anything here about power production. What about over here, though? It looks like no. So does that mean that I need to add power to it? If it doesn't, then it's not a terrible building, I guess. It's just an okay building. It's not. It's not overpowered in the way I thought it'd be overpowered. It's just like mediocre. It's like the same as everything else, pretty much. You can't attach. Okay, hold on. So I can't see like. There is an attach point up there, right? But you can't look at it and see that it's requiring power. So do I need to add power? Is that the issue here? If I were to add... I'd have to add 100 power to it in order to give it enough to generate 4. And that might be the case. If I have to add 100 power, though, it's not really worth making these. Okay. So, like, I don't know if that's... See, this says it produces 100. But I'm not sure if it if it's producing 100 in addition, or if it still needs 100. Let me see what that does. Okay, so we want to look at passive production here. Production management, passive production. We're still at +4. Let's do a manual reset again. Okay, that is the issue. It did not have enough power. So what that means is that it's basically... Okay, so all that building actually does... All it actually does is it combines two things. It combines basically the functionality of a fusion generator, which provides a hard power and costs all these things, with the functionality of a, if I can find it here, an architect, and under industrial park, I think, and power production. It combines this with this. Well, with 4 of these to be exact. However, because it gives you 4 power surplus conversion, it requires, did I just make one of those? What the hell just happened? Okay, I'm not sure where it went off my screen. That was weird. Because this gives you 4 power surplus conversion and it produces 100, it still requires 100 additional power in order to operate, to give you the actual production. So, in other words, is it more efficient than just making these? Probably not. I would say probably not. It's just a different look. You would still have to make these, and you would make 4 of these. In fact, let me see it. This is 4 of these would be 60 basic circuitry. If you compare that to leasing, this requires 180. So that's 120 basic circuitry left. Is that 120 basic circuitry made up by the fusion reactor? It probably is. I bet you anything it is. Not quite. In fact, this is actually a bit less efficient, it looks like, because this requires even less. Okay, so this is not worth doing. This is just purely not worth doing. Ever. Okay, well, I have answered that question. Then I wanted to know about this, if it was worth doing. If it worked the other way, and the reason it's not worth doing, in my opinion, is because we can make more efficient reactors. This is, let's see, well, is this more efficient? I'm not sure if it's actually more efficient or less efficient. I think it's just a different way of doing it. I don't think there's a difference, actually. I think it's fine to make these. But if you want to create a giant super reactor farm with a whole bunch of these and then make a whole bunch of the other things, the power surplus converters, I don't think it's any different in terms of material costs than it would be to do this. And I think I'd like to do this instead. So, okay. Well, that question has been answered for me. Thank you for, like, waiting on me while I think about these things and puzzle it out together. I'm not going to keep that save because I don't want to have it out there. I'm going to do something else with my power surplus then, in order to get my power surplus that I want, if that makes sense. Okay, we're well rested. I'm going to go ahead and eat and drink again. We're learning things today, folks. We're learning things. We're just going to have a bunch of random stuff. I'm not even going to check to make sure it's exact. I don't even care anymore. Just drink some Brahmin milk, eat some stuff. You drank half a cow there, Wanderer, but that's fine. Nobody's gonna judge you. You getting some Homelander vibes from him, you know? Okay, so I'm still gonna make a whole bunch more. I want to get this done. I want to get this going before I head out to Nuka World. And I want to do the next expansion and not have this running, because we'll be out there for a while. I want to have this done. So the best way to make these again is going to be going down here to mixing all my scraps, converting these over, a whole bunch of them. I'll go down to where I'm like at like 50 or so on my low-grade titanium, or even lower than that. I could probably go... I don't really need it for anything. Could even go lower. We don't use it, really. Okay. That's 7 days of playthrough, 150 hours of playthrough of titanium, low-grade titanium, and steel and aluminum. Mostly scrapped in about 30 seconds. You do use that stuff up eventually if you're going to go this route. So, okay, we're going to go... We're not going to go to Spectacle Island. Well, we could do it at Spectacle Island, but I feel like a better use would be the vault. If we're going to be doing... vault-based stuff, then we ought to go and do this. If we're going to be using the vault-based generator, we ought to do this in the vault, right? I'm going to save in case I crash. I don't want to have to do that scrapping again. We can do some more of this when we're there. We can look at it more when we're there, obviously, as well. But I want to check real quick here. So if we make a bunch of Vault Tech Super Reactors... Yeah. We could make... if we made 2 of these, even, that would be enough for 20. And I can't make 20 power converters just yet, I don't think. Even with all the stuff I have, I can only make like 10 of them. I'm pretty sure. No, I can actually make 37. Never mind. I can make a lot of these. Okay, that's actually okay then. I'm cool with that. Okay. Then let's do it. Let's make a bunch. We can do, I don't know, like 5 or 6. We're going to make a big room of power. And then when we're producing, we're taking that production and turning it into power cells is the idea. And then the power cells are used for free ammo production, pretty much. Which we don't really need at this point at all, but I'm still obsessed with it, guys. I am obsessed with this. This the whole point of Horizon is to get yourself to a place where you can have, like, a lot of free production. It's like Satisfactory, but in Fallout 4. So, if we're looking at production management, you'd want to do activated production, I think. And I think it's Tech Factory. Oh, not here, sorry. Back one. Hold on, there was stuff in there, right? Yeah, we're good. I want to make sure there were still work orders in there. If we want to go into... Right, it's going to be under Tech Factory, I think. Right, energy cells. We have 9 production facilities. We may need to get more tech factories. What does it require to do 1 production of energy cells per day? 20 power units. Okay. And the rest of the stuff, well, we're going to be dipping into our copper pretty heavily to make the investment initially, but we get copper automatically from our mining. Also requires mixed alloy scraps. Which, you know, it is what it is, boys. We're going to be cutting into this stuff pretty heavy to make our initial investment. I had to just go and turn this on, by the way. The energy cell production was turned off for a while. We had basic circuitry turned on, which I turned off because we have plenty of basic circuitry now for a long time, and I don't want to use up all the materials that it requires to make these. Okay, it is what it is. We're going to have to do this for the initial production, which means we are going to the vault, and we're going to use it. We're going to Vault 88, and we're going to use it for a giant power production facility. Which is fun. We're going to make a giant vault for producing power, which means I have to kind of go through here and see where I want to do this at. I want a big open area within here. Which honestly may be the front area here. Maybe this front area. I'm sorry, Water Tower. I like you guys, but you gotta go. We need room for this. Unless there's a better area than this. I mean, this is pretty huge. I can't see us needing more space than this. It's a nice flat surface. I don't like that it's the immediate area you walk into as soon as you go in the vault. I'd rather that it, you know, you went around. Maybe we'll do like we'll have this curve around. Like one side goes into power production, then one side goes into living quarters and other areas. Unless there's a bigger area around down here somewhere. I'm going to look real quick. But we need a massive area like that we can use for housing these, because these are big, right? These generators are pretty big. Yeah, so we want a decent amount of space. It's like a 2x2 floor section for each one. And I'll probably make at least 3, maybe 4. We'll see. It's going to be all of my stockpiled nuclear material, but that's fine. Okay. I'm like 99% sure I cleared out everybody in here, but just in case, I'm going to have my gun out. We don't actually want to go through here. We want to go back through the other way.
I suggest we get a move on.
Yeah, back into the vault. Different section of the vault over here, right? Or is this not a different section? It might be. Can I get ally scraps out of this stuff? Just steal. It's all going to have to get scrapped anyway at some point. Assuming we use this stuff, you know? Yeah, it's a different section. This goes back into the cave area. There's not much space anywhere through here, though. Like, here we come to a decently open space, but it's not enough space I'd want to use for a giant power farm, you know? If we're doing a giant power farm, then I certainly think we want to go with the main area, which is like back up this way, right? Pretty sure we've done a big loop here and come back around. Yeah, this is the initial area. This is the big area. Okay. Let me check what's down this way real quick to make sure we're not missing anything over here. You've got this way we can go to. This is just a big water purification area, yeah. Which is handy, don't get me wrong. It's nice to have. This area is not that big either, though. Like, there's not that much room here. I mean, we can have, like, you know, facilities going back into here. And this can be the water purification area, that's fine. You know, the water supplies the water for the vault. Or can we? I guess this goes through these tunnels, huh? Oh. Did I miss a section here? And I missed some uranium, that's for sure, but... I sure did. There might be enemies back here. Where's the uranium at, though, that's giving me the Geiger counter ticks? Ah, there it is. We good now? I think we're good. Oh, a little more right there. That will get converted automatically into, ooh, there's a lot in here. Oh, I guess we cleared this because, wait a minute, was that a spawning spot for that Death Skull Rad Scorpion that I just blew up? It may have been. I'm not sure if it was a body or a spawning spot. Ooh, a limestone. That's kind of cool, actually, but yeah, it is kind of in the way. I don't think... Good God, oh, Jesus, that scared me. No, we can't scrap it as much as I'd like to. That would be ideal, but, oh God, that scared me. Okay, we're gonna eat in the vats as soon as we get out of here. Oh my God, that scared me. No, 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 vats, please.
Speak of the devil.
Oh my God. Oh, doctor.
Just when I thought we were getting along.
I knew there were probably going to be stuff in here too, and I was a moron anyway. I scrapped their brother, and they were not happy about it. Okay, we need to use some poison stuff, right? Cures poison. Yeah, here we go. That was a lot of damage. I wanted to check out our new weapon too, but I didn't really have a chance there, I guess. Okay, maybe we look around a bit here first. This is definitely another hole we can get through. Yeah, there's definitely going to be more back through here. I'm gonna change something real quick. I moved my VATS button, and I don't like it, guys. I use the Q and E for leaning. I'm gonna get rid of that mod. I can't do it. It bugs me too much. I moved my VATS button. Where is it? I think over to. Well, I moved activate to F, which should be on E. I don't like that either, because I didn't want to have my lean left and right thing beyond that. And I moved my VATS button as well to B, which hitting B, look, that's a long stretch for your thumb. It's not ideal. Okay, it's not great. They're going back. Just a mole rat, it's fine. Nicholas, you're in my way. It's a lot of mole rats. They're in midair. It's going to be beautiful. If I can actually... Please, game. No. Enter E. They're just taking rad damage, aren't they?
something.
Yes.
Please, head. No, head. Thank you.
Your Pip-Boy doesn't sound pleased.
I like this gun.
Say we get out of here.
I like this gun. Yeah, I need to scrap these to get rid of the rads, but, God, it's gonna take me a while to get used to hitting E again. Sorry, guys. But this is better. This is for the best. I'm gonna have to get rid of my leaning left and right, because I can't put lean left and lean right on anything else besides that. It's not gonna work for me. Is that it's a freaking sentry bot, isn't it? I don't want to scrap these yet. I want to harvest them first. We gotta get rid of some of these rads, though. There's a lot of rads in here. Are we good? Finally? Is there more uranium up here? Yeah, there is. That's what I'm taking the damage from. There we go. There was a lot more in here that I didn't realize, guys. Okay. I thought that I was missing some stuff earlier when I went through here previously. There we go. We got all of it there. There's going to be more back up through there, but I see a sentry bot down there. Come on. There we go. Put away the light. Just crit this guy a couple times. We should be good. If I want to make sure, though, I could just use this instead. Turn the other way, please. You know, if I had the if I had the power armor, I could use the missile launcher right now. I can work with 1%. There we go. I can work with 1%. I can't work with 0%. I don't know what the damage was in that, but 3 shots from this from 3 plasma like shots. It's kind of OP. It's kind of crazy. Sorry, I keep hitting F now to scrap things or to activate, and it's not F anymore. So where does this go back into? Or is this a dead end? Awful lot of uranium in here, though. Might actually be it. Okay, this goes nowhere. It's the end of the line, pretty much. This must be like they ran into utility stuff and they couldn't go any further when they were drilling. Okay. I shall scrap you, Mr. Sentry Bot. You will not go to waste. Then we're going to scrap you in the workshop just to get rid of you. Yeah, we can't go any further here. Okay, let's see if we have any more uranium to scrap here or other places we can go to. I want to scrap all these scorpions too. They give a lot of stuff. This is where we came from. Again, sorry guys, I keep hitting the wrong button. Can I scrap this? I can't. Disappointing. Can't scrap a debris decal or whatever it is. Okay. Let's harvest these bad boys real quick. Wouldn't normally bother, but Death Skull Rad Scorpions are pretty rare, and they give some good stuff. There were a couple of mutant mole rats, too. I want to go up here, though, and make sure we cleared, though. Sorry, I'm tapping VATS. That's why I'm doing this. I'm not just nodding my head for the lulz. Wild flint corn. That's an odd thing to find back here. Deathclaw eggs, you say? We already killed some Deathclaws. Not today, but previously. We took them out. Let's hope we don't go prospecting back here for uranium and end up disturbing one while I'm not looking and get eaten. Unless they're mutants, I don't really care. That one is a mutant. Okay, we'll scrap that one. Harvest that one. They give that good mutated stuff we can use for crafting weapons and armor. And these we already scrapped, or we already harvested, so we can scrap them now. Okay, is that it? I think we're done in here then, yeah? We took a lot of rads, though. I had healing going, but then, you know, the rads. Need to make some more Radaway units, too. Tell me to just, like, plop a doctor, auto-dock down right here and just use it to heal myself. It's insane that there was a Death Skull, or a Deathclaw nest back here. They're like, how did it get back here? How did it get in here? Like, where did it come from? It was all caved in, so I mean... I'm not sure where it would have gotten in at. Okay, so this is the end of the line back here. We can't go any further. Then it's the end of the line back up through there, too. Just making sure I have this mapped out in my head correctly. I don't think I'll actually build back through here.
Scumbag in the Commonwealth is gonna know my
Yeah, this makes like a T back here. Okay. Well, a very crooked base in the T, but yeah, a T basically. There's, I mean, we can't connect through here anyway. We'd have to, like, connect. Yeah, we'd have to go through the subway tunnel. Yeah, there's, like, no real reason to actually build back through there. Okay, we can't scrap that. And this is in the east sector, right? And I think we can take a shortcut over here. Some nasty looking water that where we get our water purified from in this place, you know? Just saying. It's not great. Gonna leave some of these down here for now as just kind of like landmarks, because there's, I mean, no reason to really scrap them at the moment. This is like a totally separate cave system back here. More like a tunnel, I guess, really. This goes back up towards the main part, yeah? That goes to the main part. This goes to another exit, right? Yeah, different exit. Too bad we can't scrap this thing. I bet it'd be worth a bunch of good scrap. This goes to the Point Place or whatever it's called. I forget. Point Pleasant? No, that's a different game. University Point. That's it. University Point. Yeah, goes there. But this should go over to the main area. No, other way. Like I said, we probably won't use like 90% of this. Yeah, this goes back to the main area up here. We won't use like 90% of this. Well, maybe not 90, but like we won't use probably 60 or 70% of this area. What I really want is this area. And these go nowhere, right? You can't scrap this giant pile of dirt or anything. Pretty sure you cannot. Okay, sorry, water tower, you gotta go. Sorry, overseer's desk, you gotta go too. We're not gonna give you a special office or anything, we're just gonna shove you over here. The security area. Maybe? There we go.
The thing's broke. It keeps making weird clicking noises.
Alright, so I guess we just connect to this and then have a giant room
Did the machine just say degenerate?
full of power stuff, yeah? Now, when I'm making these power things, do they snap? They do. They snap onto the floor like this. Okay, that's fine. But I want to have them raised or anything. You could do them raised. Probably not necessary. This is all leveled out, so it really wouldn't really be necessary. I think we just have one going to the residential areas, like over here and over here. And this entire other area will be used for power production, pretty much. Means this thing's got to go. All y'all got to get the hell out of here. I don't know where you want to go, but just go. I'm just going to store these for now.